What's up everybody, and welcome to the Lord of the Coins. Today we'll be going over analysis of Chainlink. If you enjoy this content, make sure to drop a like and a subscribe, and put a comment down below as it helps out the channel a lot. Make sure to join the Discord too. It'll be down in the description below, as I'll be posting more information like this regularly, such as trade ideas, callouts, and you'll get them much faster on Discord, and you don't have to wait on like YouTube videos. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing I like to do when I'm charting is to find all the points of relatively equal highs and relatively equal lows as they're points of liquidity. So for example, like right here and right here. This is where if people went short in the market, there would just be a lot of stop losses set here, which is just money to be grabbed by smart money. Smart money being institutions and banks. So usually when I see a lot of relatively equal highs and lows like this, I'll map it out. Oops. Call it RH, relatively equal highs, and then down here, call it relatively equal lows. And this helps me just kind of visualize where price is gravitating towards, and kind of just where the market makers are trying to grab money, because they're in the business of making money, right? Every time you win a trade, they're paying you, and that is the last thing on their agenda. So first thing I do, map out these relatively equal highs, relatively equal lows, and then when I'm trying to plan a trade, I'll look for other confluences. So here I can see that we have a fair value gap right here. And a fair value gap is just a imbalance in price action. So if you zoom in, you can see on this candle right here, there's a gap between this wick and this wick. That is known as a fair value gap. And usually price tends to fill these gaps, and they're good targets for price to gravitate towards. So let me label that as well. Since we're on the 1 hourly time frame, we'll type 1 hour fair value gap. Fair value gap. So now that we have this, we kind of have a good idea of where price is going, right? Probably towards this fair value gap. And for other confluences, I will also look for order blocks. It seems like on the 1 hour, the order block is up here. And order blocks are just found by finding the last. For bearish order blocks, so order blocks that will push the price downwards, is found by the last up candle before a large move down. So since there's a large move down here, it'll be this last up candle. But since that doesn't touch the fair value gap, I might go up into another time frame, kind of higher up. And you can see that if we're on the 4 hour, this last candle up reaches all the way down into our fair value gap on the 4 hour. I'll paint this red since this is a bearish order block. 4 hour bearish order block. So I will also map that out. Go back onto my 1 hour. So now we're building more confluences here. So now that we have that, look for other confluences. So now that we have a fair value gap, liquidity that wants to be taken, and an order block, also check fib retracement and see where we're at. So I'll go from this swing high to this swing low. If I do that, looks like we're kind of gravitating towards this golden pocket. Golden pocket is the zone between the 0.65 and the 0.618 Fibonacci zones, and it's relatively close to our fair value gap and our order block. So that's just extra added confluence to our trade setup. So let me move this over here a little bit. Right here. And the last thing, actually one of the first things I should be looking for is a breakout structure. And you see here that we do have a breakout structure. We're setting higher highs and higher lows. So we do know that price is on an uptrend. And what we're trying to find is, where is the price heading? Where can we enter possibly a short trade? So if I were to look, there's a lot of confluence in this area right here. So I would look for price to start reversing here. So if I were to set up a trade here, it would look something like this. And as for targets, I would target a couple. I would have a couple take profit targets. So let me move this back here. My first take profit target would be on these wicks down here, since there's a lot of liquidity here. There's a high chance for price to come down and possibly reverse up after this. My last take profit targets would actually be on this broken base down here, which is this last candle wick right here. If you want to learn more about broken bases, make sure you join the Discord, as there's more information there. So type in BB as broken base. And if price action ever comes down here, I would look for a long trade off this broken base. The long trade will look something along the lines of this. The stop would be on below the swing low. And as for targets, can't set them yet as we don't know what price action is currently looking like. But that would be the general idea for a long trade on Chainlink in the future. If you like this content, make sure to join the Discord, drop a like and subscribe, and yeah, keep out for future videos. Thank you.